Do you ever finish a glass of wine and wonder why it seems to go straight to your stomach? You're not alone. We've all heard of the classic beer belly, but what about the wine belly? It's a real thing, and today we're diving deep into what it is, why it happens, especially for women, and most importantly, how you can get rid of it without giving up your favorite Pinot Noir for good. So, what exactly is a wine belly? Simply put, it's that stubborn fat that gathers around your midsection from regular alcohol consumption. While we often think of wine as a lighter, maybe even healthier option than beer or cocktails, your body doesn't really see the difference. A wine belly, a beer belly. They are all just different names for the same process. Excess calories from alcohol being stored as fat, particularly deep inside your abdomen. Now, you might be thinking, is it really fat or am I just bloated? That's a great question. Alcohol can definitely cause temporary bloating, thanks to things like yeast or carbonation, which usually goes away in a day or so. But a wine belly is different. It's the result of a gradual buildup of what's called visceral fat, which develops over weeks and months of consistent drinking. This isn't temporary swelling that disappears overnight. It's actual fat that your body has stored. Another common point of confusion is the difference between a wine belly and a hormonal belly. Hormonal imbalances from things like stress, thyroid issues, or menopause can also cause fat to accumulate around your midsection, often a bit lower on the abdomen. But here's the catch: alcohol can make those hormonal issues worse. It messes with key hormones like insulin and cortisol, which control your appetite, blood sugar, and how you store fat. So while a wine belly and a hormonal belly aren't the same thing, they can definitely feed into each other. Why does it seem like alcohol affects women's waistlines more than men's? There's real biology behind this. Women naturally have less water in their bodies and lower levels of the enzymes needed to process alcohol. This means alcohol stays in our systems at a higher concentration and for a longer period of time. And here's the critical part. As long as alcohol is in your system, your body's fat-burning process is put on hold. It prioritizes getting rid of the alcohol first. For women, this pause in fat burning is more significant, meaning more of the calories you consume from both your food and the wine itself get shuttled directly into fat storage. On top of that, alcohol often revs up our appetite, making us crave salty, fatty, or sugary foods. That late-night cheese board suddenly seems like a great idea, right? Let's break down exactly why wine leads to belly fat. It all comes down to your liver. Your body sees alcohol as a toxin, so the moment it enters your system, your liver drops everything else it's doing, like processing nutrients or burning fat, to focus on metabolizing the alcohol. During this time, any other calories you consume are far more likely to be stored as fat. A single glass of wine can have anywhere from 120 to 200 calories. And let's be honest, most of us pour a much more generous glass at home than the standard 5-ounce serving. What you think is one glass might actually be two, doubling the calorie impact without you even realizing it. It's not just about the calories, though. The way your body metabolizes alcohol is very similar to how it processes sugar, like fructose. Excess amounts get converted directly into visceral fat. That's the dangerous, firm fat that surrounds your internal organs. This is why an alcohol-related belly can feel hard, not soft. Genetics also play a part. If you're genetically predisposed to storing fat in your abdomen, alcohol will only amplify that tendency. For women in perimenopause or menopause, this effect is even more pronounced, as hormonal shifts already encourage fat to move to the midsection. Alcohol just adds fuel to that fire. And what about the yeast in wine? While yeast can cause that immediate puffy feeling of bloat, it doesn't directly cause fat storage. However, when you combine that bloating with the underlying visceral fat, you get that classic, rounded wine belly appearance. Let's bust a few myths while we're at it. Myth number 1. Red wine is healthy. Yes, it contains antioxidants like resveratrol, but the amount in a single glass is tiny. The negative effects of alcohol, like disrupted sleep, metabolic slowdown, and fat storage, far outweigh any small antioxidant benefit. And myth number 2, mommy wine culture is harmless. The normalization of daily drinking can make it seem like having a couple of glasses every night is totally normal, but this pattern, is a fast track to unintentional weight gain from both the alcohol itself and the extra snacking it encourages. Okay, so that's the science. Now for the good news. How do you lose a wine belly? The great thing is, you don't have to swear off alcohol forever. It's all about shifting your habits. First, practice moderation. The official guideline for women is up to 1 drink per day. But remember, that's a maximum, not a daily goal. Try to have several alcohol-free days each week. Second, choose your wine wisely. Drier varieties like Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Noir, or Chardonnay generally have fewer calories and less sugar than sweeter wines like Moscato or dessert wines. Third, get your body moving. You can't spot reduced belly fat, but activities like walking, strength training, yoga, or cycling are fantastic for reducing overall body fat, including visceral fat. Consistency is what truly matters here. Fourth, focus on whole, balanced foods. Fill your plate with fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. These foods help stabilize your blood sugar and keep you full, which is a huge help in combating alcohol-induced cravings. Fifth, take a break to assess. Try going without alcohol for 1 or 2 weeks. This is a great way to see how it's really affecting you. Pay attention to your sleep, your energy levels, your cravings, and any changes in bloating. Many people are amazed by how much better they feel. Next, practice mindful drinking. Before you automatically pour that glass of wine at the end of the day, pause and ask yourself why. Are you stressed? Bored? Thirsty? Sometimes a cup of herbal tea or a glass of sparkling water can satisfy the same need. Speaking of pouring, use smaller glasses. This is such a simple trick, but it works. Home pours are notoriously oversized. A smaller glass helps you stick to a standard serving size without feeling deprived. And while you're at it, get in the habit of drinking a full glass of water between each alcoholic beverage. This keeps you hydrated and naturally cuts down your intake. You could even try a wine spritzer, half wine, half sparkling water, to cut the calories and alcohol in half. Rethink your nighttime ritual. If wine is your go-to way to unwind, try replacing that habit with something else. A relaxing shower, a short walk, stretching, listening to music, or reading a good book can all signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. Also, a huge tip, never drink on an empty stomach. Always pair your wine with a balanced meal that includes protein and fiber. This helps slow the absorption of alcohol, prevents blood sugar spikes, and tames those late-night munchies. On that note, limit late-night drinking. Alcohol too close to bedtime seriously disrupts your sleep quality. Poor sleep raises stress hormones and throws your appetite-regulating hormones out of whack the next day, creating a vicious cycle that encourages belly fat. And finally, if you are going to snack, swap consciously. Instead of reaching for cheese and crackers, try some almonds, an apple with peanut butter, or veggies with hummus. This simple swap can save you hundreds of calories. So, to recap the key takeaways, a wine belly isn't just bloat. It's real visceral fat. It happens because your body prioritizes processing alcohol over burning fat. Hormones play a huge role, especially for women, and alcohol can make things worse. But you have the power to change it. Small, consistent shifts like smaller pours, mindful drinking, regular movement, and balanced meals can make a massive difference in reducing belly fat without forcing you to give up wine completely. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips were helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on living a healthy, balanced life. See you in the next one. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended to provide medical advice or replace professional medical guidance. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your drinking habits, diet, exercise routine, or treatment plan, especially if you have existing health conditions or concerns.